A huge shout out to the overthinkers. An overthinker, he watches the show. To the overthinkers, shout out Bafu too. Thank you, overthinkers.
Keep inspiring the next generation.
Shout out to the overthinkers. Tando Pela, much love.
To my overthinkers, amamela ukukhangeka siphume kuyakhula nizinjani khokho yazini as overthinking siyaovashi.
I'm stealing that. I've stolen that one. I've stolen it.
Welcome, everybody to the Overthinking Football Show. My name is Mokwena. I am your host, and this, of course, is the place where we get to do something really cool. We get to speak about this game that we love and our local game. We start local, we go Africa, we might go Europe every now and then, but for the most part, we are speaking about our local league and the teams that we love. This, of course, is a Thursday review show. So on Thursdays, after Wednesday games, we're going to be reviewing the games that have happened in the week. And the big three have played. Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates, and Kaizer Chiefs have played this past weekend. This past week. And we get to find out how they did. And we get to speak about how they performed. This, of course, is a very, very, very interactive show. A show where you can jump in and tell me exactly what you are thinking about the game and join one of the panels, and we can analyze what we saw from that game. Panels, of course, are 25 minutes each. We have 5 people in. That means everybody gets 5 minutes to speak, and you can lay down what you want to lay down. I can ask you some questions, and we can go from there. Guys, the show is on every Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m., but if Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, Banyana Banyana, Bafana, Banyana Banyana are playing, we will be here speaking about what happened during those games. So let's go ahead and start off. Okay, guys, so feel free to jump in, but remember you have to be following me in order to jump in so that we can have a conversation about the games that we've seen. We're going to have 4 panels today. 4 panels. It's going to be Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, but we're also going to speak about Banyana Banyana, who just so happened to play 2-1 versus England. So let's go from there. Guys, feel free. Request by pressing the button bottom of your screen that says multi-guest, and then you can jump in and we can have a conversation about whatever it is. Today we're going to start off with Pirates because Pirates was the first team to play, obviously playing on Tuesday. So we're going to start off with Pirates, a team that beat TS Galaxy 2-0. Orlando Pirates did. 5 shots from TS Galaxy, 1 on target, whereas Orlando Pirates had 10 shots with 4 on target. 57% possession, I think that's wrong, to TS Galaxy, but then they completed a little bit more passes. Look, Pirates came out to that game and they did what Pirates has been doing a lot in the past few games that they've been playing. What they've been doing is that they come out and they don't blow teams away as they used to do. Blow them away and score 3, 4, 5 goals. They've come out, they score their 1 goal, but are getting the first one, and then, of course, ending off with Mfukeng later on. It's a little bit riskier as a way to play, but they're doing something that they haven't done in a very long time. 6 games played, 6 wins in the league, perfect record so far. So you have to give them credit for what they're doing. Guys, Pirates fans, Kenang, you guys are going to be starting. Let me start with Realibua. How are you? Welcome.
I'm good, my brother. How are you?
No, I'm great. Welcome to the show. Tell me, Orlando Pirates versus TS Galaxy. How did you feel about that game?
Orlando Pirates, my brother, itugamalo. Asinna fene Orlando Pirates marakele Sundowns. At the end, Pirates if ikahono manage uja team ya usana Sundowns. I wish if Kenya ka league namara, and at the end irginya gore league iska win wagi team one. So we are going to go Pirates and manage uja Sundowns because at the end is struggle uja Sundowns. So give me a TS Galaxy. Pirates nainale apha naginothi gore itlo wina, and at the end, hey, good luck. I can manchi my brother. So Pirates go hopela gore ba continue ba raloka ka mogola ba ska dropa form marakazi gore after diluje tsa game ya nthu ya CAF Champions League o ka no change diluje dintsi mara at the end Pirates be strong. le di-Pirates fan gopela le be strong le be patient le team ele ya lena because yo travela kwa Africa o tlo ba le bothatanyana mara ke bona ka re e tlo ba a good customer ya league ya o compete le Sundowns at the end Pirates ke yona e tshwere dithapa banko
jwale ke before tsamaya ke batla go botsa gore ha o shebile is it better gore Pirates e lead the league e be at the top and Sundowns e ba latele or chasing them, or is it better gore Pirates maybe inke number 2 e chase Sundowns? Pressure ya teng o e bona jwang?
Okay, Sundowns to me ya rena monna e strong ka mo go mongwe yona a chance or Pirates ka win league e ba ka e chase ka mo mora one mistake wa tswa gore Pirates e struggle ya Sundowns mo league so ntwe e ka e dia Pirates I make sure e thakana le Sundowns e lwele e make sure e thakana le Sundowns e je o either a ke tsebe mara ke bone Pirates ka win mara I wish re ka win league Pirates rena re be number 2 re tsamaya ka ofela Africa re curtain tree ya game tse di ntšintši o khwetse team winner league 8 times so ka re league ya rena e famous so at the end kwa mariganye debate le batho ba le ba Champions League kwa group ya Champions League o ka re ba re rena Sundowns re jwa go Farmers League that's why at the end re ballo winner CAF Champions League so I wish Pirates e ka kgona winner that cup ya Premier Soccer League rena re ka ba number 2 I feel ya ke nyaka cup ke nyaka go la mara na cup ke nyakang ke Champions League so Pirates I wish Pirates e kgone pusha man Sundowns ke tseba re player ja Sundowns bona ba nyaka le fenetse di ja Sundowns ba nyaka mara fonna I wish Pirates ka winner cup rena ra ba number 2 ra kgone debate kwa Africa re ba ska re jwa go Farmers League that's why re balla winner Champions League rena ma Sundowns so I wish good luck go Orlando Pirates mara ka se be easy mara le no go bolela ke a feel o ka re nna re ka no e winner 8 times mara a ke wish ka mogo mara ke I feel Pirates ka se kgone o gitimishana le Sundowns special ba re second league so good luck Pirates mara e ka se be easy.
Let me bring in Rulani. Rulani, welcome to the show. How are you?
Great, Bafunjan.
Magimnandi. Pirates 2-0 versus TS Galaxy. We want to join the game.
Tim Sugazi, his gamble did not work this season. This whole idea that I'm gonna sell players and then
issues boy, can you just mute that? There we go.
Yeah, this thing of I'm gonna sell my players and then my scouts are gonna go and get me better players, and then I have a coach who's gonna coach these boys to play the same way.
Yeah.
It's not working this season. It's not working for Supersport. It's not working for TS Galaxy. But I do feel like that Koliambata is a keeper's mistake. He wanted to carry the ball for some reason. I mean, to catch the ball for some reason. I don't know why. He could have just parried it away. It could have been a corner, pushed it around the post. And he decides to go and catch the ball. Now, for a team that started the season badly, like TS Galaxy, once you start conceding, it becomes an issue where heads are dropped and players doubt themselves, and then it seems like Pirates played a good game, but not really.
Yeah.
So it was a good game for Pirates, but I think TS Galaxy cost themselves that game. They made dumb mistakes. But it's nice because now TS Galaxy is quiet. They're back in their place. They understand now that they're a small team.
Sean, tell me, when you're looking at it, TS Galaxy, at times they were playing some incredible passing football. They had the possession. They looked dangerous at times. Does this result maybe stamp that, beautiful football might be overrated? That maybe Pirates, playing the way Pirates has been playing this season for a lot of the games, being a little bit patient, not necessarily being excitable. Do you think that it stamps that thing, right? Sometimes, man, you need to You don't need to go 100, 200 kilometers. Maybe you just need to score and relax out the game. 1-0 is okay.
To be honest with you, TS Galaxy has always played an attractive type of football. Always been good at, if you want them on transition, they were always good. If you want them on counter-attack, they were always good. If you want them on combination play, they were always good. Now they have lost a lot of their players that made that final movement possible for them. Exactly. I hated the boy last season because he's dog. You know, like he's that player who's forever there, man. You know, he's terrible. It's like he's forever troubling defenders.
Yeah.
But this, I think good football is important, guys. It has to be good on the eye if you have the right players. You see, so now it's like the scouting for last season did not go well. Yep. It did not go well. They've lost players they couldn't replace. And I think the coach has been a bit distracted by the fact that he couldn't go to Raja Casablanca. Kind of just shows in his passion for the game this season. You know, maybe it's because rulani is not here. I don't know. But this season is an awkward season this season. But it's good. I mean, I would always choose good football over just a results-based type of game. Always. I think football is entertainment, guys, and we love different things, and there should be different things for different people. If you love goals, let there be goals. You know, if you like the pass, let there be the pass. You know, then Riviera is your player. You know, then Reyners is your player. You know, it's that type of situation where there should be something for everyone, in my opinion.
Well, it's his third season now at TS Galaxy, if I'm not mistaken. How do we rate Coach Ramovic? And at the same token, how do you rate Coach Jose up to this point?
I think Jose towards the end of his second season. Well, not really. I think I'm going to judge him on the league. I think a team like Pirates is not a team that should be proud about just. And I'm not saying this from a place of hate or anything. Riviera is a good coach. Even when he was in what was it? Is it Finland? When he was in Finland?
Yeah, I was in Finland.
Yeah, he was really doing well with the team that he was coaching. See, so he's a good coach. It just took him some time to build a team that can actually compete for the league. So for me, you can judge him on that at the end of this season. I mean, they're going to finish second. We've seen this movie before with Pirates and Sundowns. They will play the best football of their lives and still finish second. It's unfair, you know. It's unfair, but life is unfair. With Abramovich, to be honest with you, if it wasn't for Coach Rulani and Sundowns, Abramovich would be the best coach in the PS. How do you do that with TS Galaxy, guys? How do you do that with TS Galaxy? This man actually improved players. He did not just come into a team that had good players. He improved players, and he changed the profile of teams to a point where every team in the PSL wants his players. That's a great coach who just needs a good team, to be honest, in my opinion.
Okay, for time's sake, I'm gonna have to jump in and bring in Issues Boy. Issues Boy, welcome to the show. How are you? Oh, Issues Boy. Okay, I guess he's got some issues there. Let me go to Tembiso. Tembiso, welcome to the show. How are you?
You know one of that security.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's do this. Stay, I'm gonna come back. Let me go to Issues Boy. Oh, that echo. No, Kim Nati, but Maray echo Ampulaya, but it's fine. We what is one game?
Give me out.
Yeah, Pirates, the TS Galaxy, 2-0 win, yeah, Pirates.
except ye o batla go tseba yona eo fela.
Re qala teng.
Okay. Hey, hape taba tsa ka ha di ngata o Pirates cause Pirates e complete for nna so far. Ha ke bone ba sokola so far. Ne ke wishitse hore nke be o nkhotetse game e nngwe e ke bona hore like e hloka hore like re pointed fingers nthong tse ngata nyana.
Di a tlatseding di game.
Oh, okay. Okay, nna sa tatile wa.
Okay, o tla khutla ka tsona tseo ge.
All right.
Okay,
You can say Oh no, one fuck up on also jumper.
Again.
Okay, I won't take a long time because Pirates so the nagi happy so far. But Pirates like mo ke bona go like ba le ka teng so and the problem e tlo etsa go team tse ngata di analyze o Pirates ba pala. Pirates they are relying on their width too much. So which means Mufukeng and other side ke ma mfanena na. God. So then they go like bola. It's very simple. They are playing on a width. So if you can close up the width and okwale auchena masonkane ho wa disturb, iba yana ha batlo mako masonkane wa tla fela go mo distract fela hore a dula ntse the back pass. So which means you close the Pirates. It's very easy for Pirates because of motho ana le creativity, a fana ka creativity, a start and the movement is him to this guy Masonkai. So at least the bet for ya high, but baba pala le Masonkai. They are like by ya isolated. Haba kono pushetsa haholo ha Masonkai na ale hafunya bo. Haba kono mutusa lore ba etse a secondary job, which means Masonkai ha lost the ball, ba kono go ba press ball ka hafunya the opponent. Or so that it can be easy for Pirates or ba counter press some the opponents. Wow. So Batwell team iba counter then you look at man by market, they are doing a lot of jobs. So you can understand. But going forward, Pirates im not. How na team will stop Pirates this season.
Okay.
Unless otherwise the injury since it got color the suspension so then it's where we're going to start to expose the Pirates.
Okay, no. It's just boy, ere for nako ke kenye Thembiso.
Okay, good man.
Thank you, Thembiso. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, sharp uthi hamba kanjani me bro?
Hayi ngimnandi ngitsheleke kebenu man.
Before I go to the game, there's a message I sent to Ochibu inbox. Please just look at it. This was Caesar in future because I think it's a topic we need to discuss about these youngsters who need to be in the national team. We have lots of youngsters now, but we are still busy using Abonyuko mobile. But that's a topic for another day.
Okay.
Please, ne. Indaba experience nama analysis semzansi akhuluma experience ayisebenzi leyo. Back to the game ne. Bekungadlaleki othi bekungadlaleki lapha the pitch was not good for ukuthi idlale into esikwazi ukuyenza, but then because silento esiyona ke we managed to get the result. But if you watch the game, the pitch was not allowing us to play our normal way of playing, you understand? And then we did miss kancane uMaswangani because he was not there, because we tried to put uDlamini, you know, we all know ukuthi uDlamini akwazi ukuqala igame, was umnandi mayiqhamuka nge-second half for uzongena as a super sub. But all pitch was a bit being king pitch kuma players 8, but then we have brilliant players abo really who can do anything. Noma alifaka amanzi or ungalifaka in uzokwenzela umlingo yakho mfana, then sathola 3 points. And then coming to the guy, when I came in here, there was a guy who was telling us about angazi we're gonna be number 2. Angazi uthi isangoma sake place esidla imbumba asizoba number 2, but we are number 1 right now and we haven't lost the game and we are not going to lose any game. I understand ukuthi might sizoba number 2 usho yipi iPirate le noma le last season or le coach who's this guy wahambayo owathi gulelwa unkosikazi maybe ukhuluma ngale Pirate, not this one. River, when they see money, they don't let go of money. Right now, we are number one from now until the end of the season. So those people who are busy saying good history, bloody history.
But I'm for that Tembiso. Pirates is going to be from here until the end of the season. Is it better to be the leaders or is it easier to chase? So maybe if you get to a point where Sundowns maybe lead at 3 points, is it a better situation or angeke be pressure at some point? Hey,
These boys are used to pressure. I mean, they've already in the space of 2 seasons, they've won 4 cups. So those cups, they were not just winning them, they were winning them under pressure. It was like, hey, Sundowns, we Stellenbosch, what, but they won them. So now they're going for the big one, league. So there's no pressure. And to chase the Sundowns, to be honest, to be realistic, as well as to chase Alabama, because once they sit to number one now, they are used to sitting on number one. It's like Real Madrid with Champions League. So you can never give them the chance of being number one. Because it's better than best chase it in. And right now, Mangoba is zelling behind us, you understand? So you can never let them sit on top, because once they sit there, they are like Madrid, you understand? They are like Madrid. Once they sit on top, that's a reality. They are used to sitting on top. So it's better if they chase us. Umangoba will chase us and lose what and still gonna lose Amayama games, because already he has shown what he can lose. You understand?
So then, how did you feel about ETS Galaxy playing very well? Ugbambi Polo, Xali Pola, but then Abakoranga. Do you think that it's done for Lente City, beautiful football? Nani, you're no longer playing a pace in Jalo. Ni relax and ham and 33 points. Is it better to play that way? Is it done a beautiful football?
To win the league, OT, you don't need to play beautiful football. It's how many games to win the league. So if you're gonna play the beautiful football from now until when, you understand? You go there, get the result. Yes, there are games where you will see beautiful football. So I see much to do that. I mean, if you look at TS Galaxy, they were playing beautiful football, but they were not going forward. They were busy. They were not going to the 18 or creating chances, but they were busy playing beautiful football. So what the use of playing beautiful football, creating chances? You understand? We were not playing beautiful football, but we scored 2 goals. So that beautiful football we did that beautiful football with Papik, and what did we win? Nothing.
Yeah.
Now we're going for the league. We're not going for the beautiful. Those boys can play beautiful football. Don't get me wrong. They can do beautiful football. But right now we have so many fixtures. We have the Nedbank to defend. We have CAF Champions League to play. We have this league to chase for. So if you're gonna play beautiful, when and how are you gonna manage beautiful football? So right now, go for the results. So we see beautiful football.
Ramovic, I just want to know about Ramovic in the last minute. How do you feel about Ramovic? Ngoba mina ngizokwabantu bampraise but
those who are praising Ramovic, but actually you know Ramovic ukhuluma kakhulu. So abantu abaningi badidile just like Team Sugas. Now he thinks he have a coach there. Akana coach lapha. There's nothing there. Into yenza ukuthi ugood la uyazikhulumela. So vela abantu abaningi bathi ne CAF unani UEFA ban license. Ama qualifications kuphela khona lapha OT, but then akazi next. Unabadlali abagreat Lamjit, but he's failing to use them. I mean, as you're speaking about the game Pirates, they were busy attacking, but they were not getting in the important part of the field, of which is creating chances and scoring the goals. They were busy attacking, but Betinala, they are feeding away 18 areas. So he's a good coach, Mike Kuluma. He's not a good coach, Makfanege Enze.
Okay. For time's sake, let me bring it to Prampo. Lega Prampo.
Now what's ungeje play wrong? Na go point again.
Okay, Ereke Shapesap.
Yeah. Ereke
Shapesap. I'm gonna sub in a member on the WhatsApp group. Ereke Bule Sabu. Malume Kutso, baitse o mape, o kene, o stretch. Ke shapile sapo.
La se la vogue timone, a timone, timone, oh la, Nazela vuke timoni lam. Vele ubonga kaphume. Bekasayenza la epanelini. Wahle isikhathi eside kanje. Hayi. Yilabo coach be-Chiefs abasapha nge-second half every time. Sisapha manje, first half.
Malebe kuza 2-0 bana, webara wena.
No, Mr. Uti, you know, I said it, and Ngabon which it landed on deaf ears, Mr. Uti. But I think everyone at the end of the game sort of understood what I meant. They are busy, but they're really not doing anything. You understand? And what I neglected to say was that the first 15 minutes as well was the worst Pirates I've seen all season, Mr. Uti. Like, both teams, well, I see within the middle from defense, like where the spine would be, there was like literally no midfield on both teams. The ball was just moving. Tennis court, tennis lale. I wouldn't resistance from both teams. Luckily, Pirates woke up and saw, and then they just relaxed. TS Galaxy played like they were playing themselves. I repeat. That's Mr. Uti Nama Masters Abla because Eng Shamanya Maten. Mr. Uti. Yeah. Many to say, Liai Master. Mara, once a faka bafana banyane. I know then it is to let me recover very quick. And understand. So what I took from TS Galaxy, they are so slow to react to their own things. Which is why I knew we see. I'm a coach as a part from their own mistakes, Mr. Uti. What was he expecting? We did not really play. It's just that we played a horribly coached team on the day. I'm not saying Seed is a horrible coach, but on the day the team was horribly coached. And then Seed, instead of redressing his mistakes, he subs a player. I'm like, all of these guys are playing to your tune. And guess what he does? He subs in Umbunjana and plays him as a number 10. That's it.
How do we rate him? How do we rate Usid right now? 3 years old. It's his third season now. I hear a lot of people rate him highly, but where do you sit with Usid as a coach in general?
If you remember very well, what I'm saying is all the time. Yeah, but it was entertaining. Being someone who's rulani. But yeah, as a coach, Mr. Uti. Mr. Uti, Sinamo Steve Park, Sinamo Tentens, who have worked with smaller teams and have brought back Ghana King silverware. We have the one who coached Baroka and beat Pirates in the final. He's an African coach.
Yeah. I'm forgetting.
We have such coaches who've coached smaller teams and achieved results, Mr. Oti. And I'm sure Dylan Kerr has also won a Nedbank or something with Marumo Galans, something like that. Oh, Takuma Chamachi. We can't use excuse me, which you coaching a smaller team. If he's silverware on the table, if we say you're such a good coach, he's a nice drama queen, you know. He's that girl of Ulisekele, but no one really wants to take her home. But so because we know we get caught. This is not over mnandi. Just entertainer. You keep it up with that while we talk to the ones who really want. They understand, Mr. Uti. You see that echo. I can't have seat, Mr. Uti. He has gotten away with murder for a very long time, Usid, Mr. Uti. I did not understand what Usid was doing. I looked at it, I said, guys, this is like the worst team I've seen play in the PSL so far.
But I want to give you a minute. But I want to give you the last minute to speak about the Pirates. Pirates measured, like you're saying, it doesn't look pretty, it doesn't look amazing, or at times they don't look like they're sweating, but they're winning. Tell me about that.
No. It didn't look pretty. Not that it doesn't. Okay. You make it sound like it's continuous. No. It was a once-off, Mr. Oti. Okay. I understand. Other games, Mr. Oti, it was much, much better. We've seen games where Pirates has dominated, Pirates has entertained, and even in that game, at some point, we're very entertaining. I look at Pirates and I think to myself, ithemba lenyona zasekazi leli. It's gone back to that where if you're a young kid and you are trainer or shama around, in your mind you're like, I maybe ngangena kupagania right now. Hi kusasa, Mr. OT. Hi in the next 5 years. It's like literally, hey, khona ngintshela ngale thama leli lihleliwana ngithi Mr. OT. With the thama lelo lingadlula nanga break. If you have kids bafethu, I just want to advise everyone here, if you have kids go high school playing, khona le thama elihamba ngama break ele Pirates. Tell your children to take their break football seriously. Siscouta nanga break, Mr. OT.
Okay.
Nanga break walteka Mr. OT sakubona ukuthi bayafa abantu. You could make your PSL debut this season.
Get toughies.
If you're killing people, get toughies. If you shama dustbin, sikakunika debut. Uzoshaya itina. Naba hawukota.
Yeah, okay, for time, Guys, we're gonna go into Chiefs. Just now. Please tap the screen. Let's try and get to sorry, Balubekuto. Guys, 6,000. I'm seeing 6,900 likes. Can we get up to 30,000? We're gonna go Chiefs, we're gonna go Banyana Banyana, we're going to go on Mamelodi Sundowns. That's how we're going. So if you're in the queue and you're not here for Chiefs, please jump off. It just makes my life easier when I'm bringing people in. Then when it's your time, you can come in and you can speak. All I want to say about Pirates is this Pirates that's playing like this is not always pretty. This game was bad. This game was not a very good game by Pirates. The other games haven't been bad, but they haven't been high tempo, up tempo, and all of that stuff for Pirates. But they've now gone 6-0 for the first time since the early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. So I think the lesson that we're learning here is beautiful football is great and all. It's entertaining, but it's not consistent. Sometimes you need to be a little bit ugly when you're playing. You need to maybe look a little bit weak. If you remember correctly, last time, what did we say about Sundowns last year at the beginning of the season? No, this Sundowns is beatable, it's weak. I was one of them. This Sundowns is not as strong. Yeah, they're winning 1-0. You wake up and they're trying to go unbeaten. They have to get beaten on the last day in order to lose Invincibles. So I think this is very scary from Pirates. But let's get into Chiefs versus Makesi. Makesi hates everything that has to do with Soweto, and they almost did Chiefs that way. Scoring early on in that match versus Chiefs in the 14th. Where is it now? Scoring very early in that game. Scoring in the game early. 61st minute, 72, 77, 78. So not as early, but they scored in the 61st. They scored in the 72nd. Then scored 2 goals to bring us back into the game. Apologies about that. Then 4 shots on target, 2 on target. Chiefs at 26 shots, 9 on target. Chiefs at 77% of the possession, but the game did end 2-2 over there in Polokwane. So let's see who's here for Chiefs. I'm just going to let you guys in so that we can have the convo. Let me bring in Parampo since he did sub out. Please, guys, while you're at it, please like, and also send down the gift, guys. Send down the gift. I said, please. Okay, let me see. Then after this, guys, after we do Chiefs, so we're going to do Chiefs for the next 25 minutes. Then we're going into Banyana Banyana, who played 2-1 versus England. Then we'll end off with Mamelodi Sundowns. Okay, let me start us off. Prampo, welcome to the show. Welcome back.
Hola, Motsepe.
Prampo, Kia came alone, 2-2, Kaizer Chiefs. What is one game?
No, according to me, now I'm happy the way we are going. We are in the right direction. Okay. I think that my only challenge that I'm having, I think that one need very, very quick attention. Goalkeeper. Okay. Our goalkeeper, I don't know what's happening. The first goal, he was supposed to attack that goal. He didn't go. He just stay on the line. Well, as a goalkeeper, you said, okay, I build a hole. So that that okay, this angle I'm gonna cover the angle. They hit you on the same angle. Yeah. That's the problem that what like the way that guy plays, he even think okay they can bring Kune, those things. And if I can tell again, Mart now is under pressure. I think coach, if maybe can leave him maybe 2 games, just stay on the bench, so that maybe he can regain the confidence. Because you know, like when you watch the media, social media is Mart. As a player, you lose concentration. Anything that you make is a mistake. Even like when it comes to attack, Ranga, the what he did that gesture with the hand, now it's coming to haunt him now. You understand? I think coach can even pull him. Maybe 2 games not to play. They start with the Dupree. And if they can start Dupree and they put Shabalala as a false number 9, so they can drive the midfield. In the midfield, Zwane is the most improved player on the midfield. After the game, after when they take out the matter, bring him, you can see now we are starting to play the game.
Yeah.
And if you can check, I don't know what is happening with the Duba. I don't know, maybe it's kind of like, I don't know what happened. Even Vilakazi is supposed, you know, like he was attacking constantly. If you can see now, you got a plus or minus, you know, 9 shot goal. That means you're doing something right. And what I like, that he installed the coach, the spirit of fighting, not give up. That is a very important thing. I like last season when they score a goal in our eyes, done deal. And other thing that need attention also, I'll mention, you know, our right back, Froster. That's also a problem there. And
Prampo,
I'm happy.
No, I wanted to ask you, Prampo, why does it feel like when the Chiefs say to, the Chiefs Sirino, but then when you see the guys that have been there for a while, we got a chance to see him, he didn't necessarily play very well, Frosla, Marty, or is it a case or ke Chiefs is right? Baba Banchaba Kenaka Enich.
You know, like remember, psychologically, Ngondo play a huge role.
Yeah.
Because you know, like our previous coach, Women's Le Johnson, they damage those boys mentally. You understand? They develop this team, though they know okay, they can't win anything. But now what I like, they bring these young boys because they want to establish themselves. They push a pressure like Masian. He played very well yesterday. You see, like now, Cross and Masian, you got a competition. But my challenge is that right back. I think if they can twist this guy, given they try to, you know, him to play right back, and like I know Miguel when he comes back, automatically he's gonna get in the, you know, in his position. And the most player, number 14 of us, told that boy is a gem. He relaxed, but you know, think if it was possible, Chiefs must get a goalkeeper. Even like Uvuma.
Oh yeah, proper.
Even Uvuma, those people about West, you understand? I don't know what is happening in Chiefs goalkeeper. We know Chiefs, there's only team in PSL that they were the good goalkeepers, but now something's not right there.
For the last few minutes, tell me, are you scared at all, Kaubani? And as much as we're saying Nabi is doing a good job, I saw a stature of Tachabu. This has actually been one of the worst starts for Chiefs.
Yeah. Can you repeat the question?
No, Gerrit, are you worried? Kabane Optachabu Ore, this has been one of our worst starts as Kaizer Chiefs, even worse than what Abu Zwane and those guys did. Or should we be worried?
No, as for me, you know, I'm not worried because remember, how many years? 10 years almost now. Sanchez. Chiefs was not playing straight. Now you can see, you know, like you can lose a game, but you can see this place, you know, they were intent to, you know, to do something. Remember, league is a marathon. League is a marathon. Just only we just need, you know, if you can, like, we can beat Sundowns, that confidence will be high. Believe me. Okay. You just need, you know, big fish. You hit that big fish, confidence is high. And those Pirates and Chiefs, Sundowns, remember, they're gonna play in outside South Africa. And the other thing that is killing our momentum, you know, our league.
But for time, bro.
Yeah. Interval. That's the problem. In our interval, it's a problem. We pick up the momentum, they said 2-3 weeks you are not playing.
For time. I have to jump in. Let me bring in Prati. Prati!
Hey, Brauti, go jwang?
Ah, make monate prati 2-2. Kaizer Chiefs, we body one game.
Ma yesterday, Brauti, ka nnete. Go bua nnete, bafana ba batlile ba mmakatsa maabane ke re tota di tlo go jwa ke majesi. Nagana majesi. Kana Sundowns ne tshameka ka nako Brauti, ke lebetse go botsa.
Yes.
Mobane.
E tlamegile ka past 7 le yone.
Sundowns ne tshameka ka nako
ka past 7 le yone.
Ka gale ke le go. Me jaanong go kgonegile jang gore Sundowns ba sebeletse game ya bone ba celebrate ba re majesi ko game ya Sundowns mara Chiefs tshameka ka mo Brauti tota re sana le bothatanyana ko silong defense ya rona tshwanetse ba ipankanye because of especially ba ba dlalang central defense ba re ke mang Dotli le Maguele le ene team a ke ma bana go tshameka msimango so because of ke na gana gore bothata wa rona ba selo ba central defense ha ba cover like o mongwe tshwanetse be sweeper o mongwe tshwanetse because Dotli go bua nnete ene ha e tla mo defending gone ha o puo mar and is good quality defender good mo bolong go starta bolo ko morago a bandwetse so marelana ha re take you so ha good because o tlhoka partner le gore o khona go sweepa like ba khona communication tshwanetse ba improve communication then ha ke a mo gare mo le Brauti Marti ke enemy ya team ya rona go bua nnete ke lapile ke gore ha ke tsena mo life every day bentse ke bua ke re Mart sare ke re ga yo gongwe ke re ke tshepile gore o tla improve Mart go bua nnete ene tshwanetse ela a release yo go sa te o bile a deserve go dula go bench a deserve go tla la Kaizer Chiefs a release yo tla ra go te a Mart o paletse go bua nnete bogolo ba latele a o raya ke latele motho o ditseng go ga ba ke mabongane zungu ke tlo tshameka ka ni fa better than Mart man Mart go bua nnete nna o go bisa tlhogo ko pele kwa ke nagala gore ranga Chivaviro le ene tshwanetse a improve
okay
ranga Chivaviro tshwanetse a improve thata because of le style the way re dlalang ka teng Brauti re dlala sharp one but a re tsame at least re ko pele kwa re be selo re be bolo mo fatshe le se go like re cross di bolo go a thulwa go Chiefs go bua nnete tlano go crossiwa go a thulwa from sla le ene ke mathata nowadays ha improve Chiefs ene ke batla go ba already player tse di sa dlale se like bo Mardo a bona no yana ba re coach e batla go promote player engwe from MDC o shebile coach a so re batla go assessa squad o shebile ba wa bona bontsi ba bone ba tle go tsamaya go makala Marti ba ratiwa ene batho ba phela ba ntwantsha ka Marti ba re Marti is a good player Marti o re face go ha di zebele go ba Kaizer Chiefs captain a kitse gore why a tlhopile go ba captain ya Kaizer Chiefs man le goalkeeper ha rena goalkeeper la re ka rentsha ba re ke mane ntwe re tsenya ba voma go tshwana vela or re tsenya Peterson jojo yona batla go place Sundowns ne ke mongwe wa batho ba ne ka tsama go stadium before game isi hele a Sundowns ne re betsa noto ko Loftus but na stress Brauti ke nagana gore ya Chiefs ba ka tsama go lata ba re ke mang umfano o re batla go tshamekela Chiefs o go Chipa United a ba mo late one sela e ka tsama wa bona gore o kgonne ko ba re ke mang Ahly a ba latene a Chiefs yana ha yana goalkeeper because of Porsche goalkeeper a bona ha le ball mo 6 area o tshwanetse o tsebe gore ball ke ya gago but a goalkeeper rona man mare all in all performance ke nagana gore Chiefs mole improvile bo khona go bona gore ba tshameka mara a ba le ke go change style because sometimes ke nagana gore tla ba predictable wa bona tla be re tshameka be re lombolo be re batla frosla le ena ba senya di ball sometimes re tsame go penetrate mo gare re ba phunye go a straight mo gare central like wa bona re tlwetse go a go dithoko so mare ke itumeletse performance ya ga mfano ba re ke ma vilakazi ma bane o zamile mfana
nako Prati
sure
thank you Prati for nako re ke ya o sitabi tutu makesi o sitabi dumela welcome we body drinking
Dumelang up to itse makhosi kaofela a kene, so I wonder why Sundowns sa saletse morao, because never shebile game ya bona mara ba bina rona, ba shebile rona, ba streama ka rona, ba le live gaming ya bona, ba sa kgone concentrate di winning tsa bo shangulile ntso thwishasha ba sa di sheba taba bona ile ka hara le khosi bontate ke nang le tloba makhosi re joineng, you are welcome. Ha re hanu ha le joina la bona Chiefs tse ibusa lefatsi ha le kgone le hore fela le imaze only 90 minutes le concentrate gaming ya lona libina makezi le kwa le batla supporta Kaizer Chiefs. Guys, come on, you are welcome to home. Go online ngapa mona ona Sundowns ka mona Sundowns ana favor Chiefs that to re ba shebane le game ya bona kwa le Cape Town City ha ba khawane le rona. Okay, engwe a bona matena chi update ya ke tsebe na ke tlamile ke re ke dula ke tsitsipane mola ke batla bona tatem down ha ya ha bo mola ke mmotse ke re mfethu dile ya ha o le mati ke bka ya thusa molokolle cause mati a re mmone o etsang o senya di game ha deserve bo captain ha ona ntwe mati I deservang nnete fela le ha o ka thwatsa mae bothata bo yo re tla sala re nka hantle ka dihloho. And coach Nabi jwalo ka ha ba nkile moshenyana o la tswang development le bo mduduzi this colored boy o good mshimane o ha ke tsebe why ba mo isitse ko me ba mo loanileng teng ha ne ntsa le teng ana ka re nehella fela ka DSMDC boys batho ba tle ke ba bone mhlolo hore na Chiefs itla etsang ba ke ba re tlwele ka bana ba kutileng ho ba kaofela ba tile bo saile ba tile bo chiba ha ba batlo matha hana ntho ba batlang ho yetsa aka ba tlwele makeja ke jana tswang kwana MDC a ka tlo re ba palla mona na tle ke ba bone hore na Chiefs itla etsang batho.
Jale Ausintabi king aba stopang ka bane king ke kelello or ke taba or ke khale ba jiwa
yeah ha bana spirit bana ba banyane bona ba batla o bontsha hore ba ka I change ntwene ntse ba yetsa mduduzu o bapala ka pelo ya hae kaofela mmele pelo le moya o re ne yona le ha re jue o mmona mathile o tlo mmona mfana batho hore o bohloko le ka hare so bana ba bang ba ya fela because of they just get paid ha ba tlisa ho tlotla nyolla standard sa jersey eno ya Chiefs ha ba I deserve ko ha ba I respect so ha ke ba emelle kwana mikuku ena ba fe bana ba la batswang kwana na multi choice chance tle re bone hore na Chiefs itla etsang batho
no batla o renga o Sintabi no batla o kenella Pirates
ba nona ntho nka ka ibua le bona ne ba le happy hampi mona ba re ga jiwa ba le happy e ka re ba dlala ntse ba re re tshulo ga re makezi tla se bontsha soweto ne ba re tlo se bontsha ka rona mduduza kwala milominyane mehulu ya ai roka ya thula ya re tu
okay Ausintabi I think wow ema pila Ausintabi ke batla go botsa are you worried ka bane ba re it's the first time Chiefs I koriwa in the first 5 games ya teng I koriwa every game ona le warinyana mo or santsane re aga team
Abdoti wa bona the way ba qadileng season e ba bapala ka teng ne re tseba hore rona re a half timing sense re leader ha ile rona re tla ka morao ihle in tshwarisa stress ba ho ba le di frustration tse ngata ha ba khone ho etsa ntwe right intse le better ha rona re le ma Chiefs re korile pele in any game but wa bona ha se re tla re setse ka morao ha monate because jwale o tlo thola ba se ba sa concentrate ha ba sa bua o se ba le mofirifirenyane re se re sa tsebe hore na ho etsalang ka mo ka ground
okay Ausintabi
mara keeper yona ga e hloka nnete tsona ba ntse tharo tse ditsimmono ha rena keeper yona ha iyo
o kala tamang o kailo mlata ole wa ko chipa
la ka nna ba lola tenelo amazulu lukile ha ba mlate veli motho atle kwa ebile ha ba rata ba ka nna ba mamwa le ofori a ka nna tla ka rona ha ona bothata
o batla o change fela o batla wa change
re ka as long as ba le ex Pirates wa bona ke rate Pirates mara le ex ya bona ofori re ka modumela ha kena taba le bona mara ofori yena nka modumela ke le Chiefs ra ka mpatla ka hae
okay Ausintabi let me bring you to CJ Veli Ausintabi aka o ka re bulaisa ka batho let me go to CJ with the normal account welcome how are you
I'm all right, man. How are you, Mr. OT?
I'm okay. I'm good. Tell me about this game, CJ. 2-2.
Listen, I think as much as Kaizer Chiefs conceded very defensive error missed goals, I think they played okay. They played well. They were very consistent in their game, in terms of what they wanted to do in that game, and you could see what the Chiefs wanting to do. It's just that it was a bit of a I don't know whether we underestimated Chipazezena or what. I don't. As much as we had good shots on target, I don't think those good. They were threatening Chipazeze shots. So as much as we were able to give good shots on target, but you find that he's standing still in most of those shots. I'm a bit worried about that aspect of our shooting, where we don't look at where we want to beat the goalkeeper. We're just shooting to beat the goalkeeper. That for me is a bit of a problem. In particular, when you are going to go against goalkeepers like Rowan Williams, I think it's the only goalkeeper that is actually that threatening, and also the Chippa United goalkeeper as well. Is quite a good goalkeeper. So you have to goalkeepers of those three goalkeepers. You have to know where to beat them, and I don't think Chiefs knew where to shoot to beat him. I think that's where, for me, the only problem was. So that's good. That for me, the fact that we can get into the final third and make those shots, that's good. But my problem is where we are shooting. As much as people are under putting what's this guy's name, Chief Avaro, under a lot of scrutiny. Yes, he has to pick up his socks, but how he found himself in good scoring positions, that is very good. You know, we had a striker last season who did not even know how to position himself, and he even went back home without even J. So that, for me, I think maybe he also needs another striker just to help him to think that he's not complacent. I'm happy how Dupree came in and pulled the defenders to create that space. That's how, if you could see, that's how Duduzi Chabalala was able to navigate and make shots, because Dupree is actually pulling the defenders with him. And I think that is, for me, a little bit unfair when I'm judging Kosin Dipila Ngobo with Shiva Varo, who's running in awkward spaces that are not creating the midfielder spaces for him to shoot and make turn and make passes. And I like that aspect of the second half as well. So I'm a bit happy. But I find it strange that we are now comparing the goals that were scored against Munwari. What's this Chiefs goalkeeper's name? I keep forgetting his name.
Bantware.
Hey, did you see the goals Magesi scored against Pirates on that on that NJ was like Stevie Wonder. He was Stevie Wonder on that game, and they've got the audacity to come and gun for our goalie. Tell us what to do with our goalkeeper. Who must buy? Have you seen goals considered by China?
Patrice. Before you bench, I know you want to go to before you go to bench. I've got a question for you. Are you worried at all about the stats that it's the first time we've conceded in our first 5 games? Are you worried at all that it seems that there's still a disconnect between front and back? And do you think that maybe we might lose or draw unnecessary games because of that?
Yeah, I am worried. I am worried that we have less clean sheets. I am worried. At the same time, I also learned during Middendorf's time that clean sheets without scoring goals is not going to win you the championship as well. So I'm also worried about it, and at the same time, I'm loving what I'm seeing. It doesn't matter whether we win 0-0, but we need to also to score goals.
Okay.
Because goal differences sometimes could be the deciding factor in who wins the league. Otherwise, other than that, we are on the right track. I think we're on the right track. I really believe we're on the right track. I think this, if Nabi had taken over from Arthur Zwane, I think we would have been in a better position. I think the whole Ntseki and Johnson was just another grave. Yeah, other than that, I'm a khoza jabulile. I don't know how Pirates feels like now to watch a cup game. They're going to be at home. Who are they voting for? You know?
Let me bring Buhle. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm well, bro. OT, man. First time.
Welcome. Everybody's welcome, you know. Buhle, tell me about this game, man. Tell me about this game. 2-2, dramatic.
You know, I like the question you asked at the end about being worried about this performance and how we're sitting in the league and, you know, we've conceded, those stats, they're very important because if you want to include a conversation of we're literally upbuilding, and building means games like Makesi is what we need. If they beat the Pirates, who are we? You understand? So it's good to see that, yes, it was a 2-2, but they lost 3-2. You understand? And it was a cup game. You understand? So for us, that 2-2 was very, very important for us. Just to say, you know what, we're coming along. The energy, always knew that we were gonna get back somehow. You understand? Even though it was 1-0, I was like, we're gonna come back. It went 2-0. I'm like, we're gonna come back, and that feeling hasn't been there in a long time. You know, when Chiefs goes down, heads down, the obvious conversation that they always have. This is what Nabi's complaining about, and let's look at the positives. No head down. People are going, you know what? We need to come back, and they get back. And they emphatically, those 2 goals were brilliant. Sirinho did something special with that pass. No one saw that pass coming. Gives it to Shaba. Shaba does wonders. Shaba, ding, ball, first time shot volley. Those are brilliant goals. That means Kaizer Chiefs is doing something right. You know, you look at into number 2 Vilakazi, you see what he does I think they gave him 60 minutes. That first half, man, that boy was running his socks off.
But with 2 grown men, but anyway.
You know, and you look at when they bring in a Duba, they bring in a Zwane to just stabilize and just, you know, we have those options. You understand? Good options on the bench, and I'm thinking this is all positives. This is why Idedi Zeto are buzzing the way they are. Ontwari, unfortunately, a ball is crossed in, a beautiful ball. The header's in. Unfortunately, it's a great goal. You know, maybe Ilengfiake to get down is a problem, but I'm saying totally quality. I have to disagree with someone that spoke earlier about Dotli. Dotli is special. He's a special player. I saw Ama one-on-one Amaning. He takes them on. He can defend. And he's calm on the ball to not clear it and kick it out. He will give. You understand? Ati Bambaganje, Asen Pambile as countering. Once that back four is stabilized, my guy, I'm telling you, we're dangerous. It will be very, very hard. Once the 6-8 is stabilized, give it to Zwane, give it to Ungobo. Let's Ubani. Are you Ungobo man? Plum. Give it to Plum.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Plum, and if those two can be sitting and just buzz enjoy Lipola, so Shiny Spinus is strong. Uchiva Viro. Hey man. It's a difficult conversation, Uchiva Viro. You'd wish for him to hold it up, put it down, turn and go. You'd wish he was that kind of player. It's just, I don't know if Usasabo Satugi against Zagalani, but we really need that person who would bazo connect his spine say to, and we'll do wonders, man. I'm happy about the game, man.
I wanna ask you something. I'm gonna give you extra time because Sinje went over a little bit. I wanna ask you. I wanna play devil's advocate. Yes, we are happy. Yes, there's play. Yes, there's all of that stuff. But are we falling into the foreign coach trap that we are saying they're building? When you look at the stats, Riley M is the point behind us. You know, should we also be wary of, you know, becoming maybe a chess galaxy where we go, hey, he's building, he's cooking, Usit Ramovic, what. Third season in, he's bottom of the log or close to the bottom of the log. How do you feel about that? Or is it too early?
You know, it's such a tough conversation to have, my guy, because had it not been Kaizer Chiefs and it was another team, different story. You understand? It's Kaizer Chiefs that we're talking about. When we see change, we expect it. If it's not gonna happen, yes, unfortunately, Nabi, the press is gonna come on him. He's gonna feel the pressure. You can see he doesn't want to lose, and that can deter him, and maybe can lose the change room. It can be a lot of dynamics can happen in that regard, which is worrying. Yes, I'm with you on that one. But look at the positivity, like I say, of how we came back, and that little factor of us not having our heads down. If we have that, let's go 1-0 down in a game, but also siabuya. You understand? It's just those little glitches, those little tweaks, and we take it from there. I think maybe I'm the glass is half full kind of guy. I don't know, but ngithanda ibhola ngiyalazi, ngiyalibukela, and ngibona siza grand. iPirates angisabi. That's how grand I feel. You understand? The Sundowns sizoyibona weekend. Pirates angithusi.
You guys, you guys, when you get to the end of your time, you always want to take shots, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me, guys. We're gonna go into Banyana Banyana. So if you're in the request line, please, it's Banyana Banyana first, then we're gonna go into Sundowns. So okay, this is what I wanted to say. I'm happy with the positivity. I'm happy with some of the things that Chiefs is doing. I still feel like we have a front part of Chiefs and we have a back part of Chiefs. So the front part of Chiefs, the attack and all of that stuff, Sirino, Shabalala, I think they're playing relatively well. They can be silenced at times, but they're playing relatively well. The only issue with them is that I don't feel like they're bailing out the defense as much as they used to. So at the beginning of the season, they came out and they were hitting them hard. First 10 minutes, first 15 minutes, first 25 minutes, we score our goals. Then it kind of shields the defensive mistakes that we make. But of late, man, maybe versus the Makesi, for example, where we went 2-2, they scored early, we had to come back. Versus Sundowns, it was very hard to come back. And now we have records of it's the first time that we've seen 5 games where we've conceded in our first 5 games. It's the first time it's happened. So this is where I'm happy, but I'm starting to say, hey, you don't want to wake up one day building, khante, there's an issue that we're not addressing. And I think now I'm expecting a little bit more from the defense. Because we're seeing the same type of goals, the same type of bad positioning, the same type of lack of support over and over again. You know, Malume Kutsa was asking about Cross. Cross is a 60-minute player. But I feel like Cross and Frosler are not bad players. They just have so much work to do. Cross has to mark at the halfway line, which pulls Dotley out of position, which pulls the others out of position. Then they can't get back in time because Amasiti Maweko. There's a lot that's happening there. But I think Cross is a good player. I just don't think his fitness is up to par. But anyway, before we waste too much time, guys, remember, we're talking Banyana Banyana. So I'm going to give a couple of seconds. If you're not requesting for Banyana Banyana, please, I need you to jump off. And then we're going to finish off with Sundowns to end the show. We played England. South Africa played England. Just for those who don't know, on was it Friday? And we had Saturday. Sorry, we had a situation where Banyana Banyana's 50th in the world. England is number 2. And we had just lost the previous game to Denmark 5-0. It's the first time that we're playing these type of high friendlies, the type of friendlies that we have right now. So it's a very, very big step. One big thing was that we finally had our stars back. So in the 5-0 game that we lost to Denmark, we had Tembi back, we had Hilda back, we had Linda back, we had Usnonkolo back in the midfield. And I think that made a wealth of a difference. 2-1 was the final score. England, 13 shots, 4 on target, 71% possession. Banyana Banyana, 9 shots, 4 on target, 29% of possession. That is what we had. So let's get into it. Malume Kuzo.
Mr. OT, if Lengonyele ubuzi, ale ayalazi ibhola labuchiri le.
Ukhona ubuzi, mfuna yena besibambe situ. Besibambe situ la.
Yabona useskuwesh. Hayi laba bayalazi labuchiri. Mina ngizenje ukuzokuremind ukuthi ngakutshela ukuthi Thembi Khatlana, Terry Henry. When all
Marubile selfish, Mara, and I told you that too.
Who can't plan, Ramdan? Darko Blue, she's the only world-class player we have. I will go that far. I'm sorry to everyone else. Mr. OT.
Hi, okay. Let me go to Wesh. Welcome to the show. How are you? I'm give that to Wesh. 2-1 England, South Africa. We won the game.
We managed the game well. Because that's all we could do in that game is to manage it the best way we know how. Tactically, I do have, ngiyakhala nyana, and I will tell you why. You have a team that is going to be coming to you or for you or at you or something. I don't know. It's English. And firstly, you don't have your only defensive midfielder on field. It's an issue. The kid who was playing defensive mid, who is, because this Lalangama midfielder 3. Which is Amu. Amu is growing. She's trying, but she's not at the level of being strong like Ubiana is, So already you are starting that game without your infiga, yetimiako. We have a problem, Two, Desiree needs to be honest about she's full of games. She is full of games. She's been with Banyana, but she's young, but she's been with Banyana Banyana for the longest time for her to be full of games. And I will always say this: as Zilugzo Dala Mafilis game la, as Dala Mafilis game la Payana. Sidlala ibola, and this kid has been overseas, tried and trialed in France. She came back home, or she went to Mexico. She came back home. I would have expected for her to come back as a better person, because if you're gonna go out there and not come back with anything, we have a problem. That's one, because we hardly have players who go overseas like that, I will go to defense. I'm not even going to talk about the goalkeeping position. In my view, in my head, I thought she's going to give Swart a game here, Denmark, give Andile a game here, England. Then for the third game, we can see, because they are not far from each other. In terms of their abilities. They are good in their own ways. Andile can communicate with the defense. She's more energetic than Uswat is. But I'm not even going to talk about that part. That's fine. We come to the defense. Bambanani is the best we've ever had. We cannot shy away from that. And I see indlela ayiyo ikula guma kubela. The kid she played the one Bebe Perenai as central defenders, and mind you, Slala nge defense Sundowns pela. That you should also take into consideration. Ramalepe on the right, Lamini on the left, and the two. So it would make sense why the chemistry would be there if there is Andile on Epali. That's one. Two, our team is not tall, but the teammates are tall, and we think our centre backs and our defense can play the ball well. But because we don't have mobile midfielders to come and play that ball. So for me, it's pointless. And it's going to be too pointless if the midfielders are always ukuzolanda ibhola and the technique yama defenders is not great ukuwelisa lama bola iwayise front line. We don't have the technique to make those long passes. Ajwayele ukwenziwa uSesane, if I were to make an example. If we cannot Puma, he makes those. We cannot. So it's a waste. Starting from the back for us is a waste. That's number 2. 3, we are not being trained properly as goalkeeping department. Suguti, our team is not tall. Why ukipa efugamele amaqanda phansi kwalayini all the time? Firstly, asipresi ukuthi ama-cross awangangeni eboxini. Secondly, our goalkeeping department needs to not to be on the line because you are the tallest person kuleliya bhokisi makhona ama-cross, especially ama-bola angena kwibhokisi elincane. Those needs to be for a keeper. It's something that we need to be trained on because there's nothing we can do about the height. Do you understand? So I feel like we do have a problem and we are not as coolly sihlaselwa inkinga efanayo over and over again and we are not doing anything about it.
But I want to ask you also, I want to ask you to go back to one of your points on Coach Des. Are we still relying, Jay, Ngoguti, these players, man, Sundowns back 4, we are relying on relationship yabo is there, then Pambili we're relying on Utembi doing something. I don't necessarily see the tactics of it. Is Coach Desmond maybe not helping us by not giving them an identity or a way to play? Like you're saying, we're not sure what she does really in midfield. And then you look at Motaung, she was just there to cover the defense. There wasn't a style, if I can put it that way.
I feel like for us to have, firstly, it's very difficult to play a game where you are chasing the ball because by the time utoli bola indaba yakho is almost over. If you have played football, you will know that wamaga kakhulu uyashayeka mase kumele udlale, but that's not, the point. I don't think we have capacity at this moment, confidence to do it. We need capacity, we need confidence. So we are not confident to bega ibola pants because awukwazi ukuba neplan ungenayo material. For the most part, i-material iya ngokuya ishodela and ngizokutshela ukuthi i-material ishodela kanjani. We have a player who is our playmaker, Ulinda. Linda has only played less than 20 minutes this season because i-team adlala kuyo in the US, she's not playing. So
bench.
We are minus a player in terms of match fitness and confidence. She's not herself. We can see it was evident that we don't have her. So we have Hilda on the other side who played a more defensive role than she would normally do because she was helping a lot ukurana loyala in Dlamini, which might be the cause why bengazange bangene kakhulu, but she was so defensive. She is also in a new team, new style of play. She's not getting game time. And that is a problem for us because we need these people. They are our only people that we have. So Utembi is our only hope apparently, but I feel like Utembi has been there long enough to understand that if she is taking that responsibility, yokwenza ma-shots, yokwenza yonke into, then she needs to fix her technique because you cannot take a responsibility and not score.
Wesh, I'm going to have to come in for time. Let me bring it to Vusi. Wesh, come on, that day, but who him no Vusi pale. Let me go to Vusi. Vusi, welcome to the show.
Oti kunjani man nepanele ngapho man.
Aw, savane panel for Banyana. Vusi, 2-1 England Banyana Banyana. How did you see that game?
Oti, firstly let me congratulate Banyana Banyana B team. We in the final khoza we won. Yeah. And then coming to this game England, Welsh begile Oti man. Oti we don't have a formation. We don't have a formation when it comes to our team. Our team doesn't have a formation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are struggling. Firstly, we need to get that one right, and then we'll have a team. I saw Bongega, Batiman Bongega Kamete, the partner choose at the back. Normally, partner choose at the back, the UCW defender. She left UCW. I don't know where is she going. But if we had Yena, if we have Yena, no Andile in goals, we played bad. We play bad. But my problem with the coach, OT, when are we going to give other players a chance if we don't give them in a friendly game?
Yeah.
Well, understand? If we don't give them in a friendly game, when are we going to give them? We've got Nicole Michaels, who she's got a speed. You can play Nicole Michaels, Tembi Khatlane, and the breadwinner. In that way, you Hilda. And in that way, you keep that island, you keep what you call pressure good Tembi, because Tembi is our only hope. Each is Beidlala Hamba to praise. I feel like we are playing that now. We are playing Hamba Tembi. We are not playing, we are just playing Hamba Tembi. So our team, I wouldn't play anyone with our team, but I will blame the coach. The coach needs to refresh the team, especially when it comes to friendly games. The coach doesn't want to refresh the team.
Yeah.
Instead of bringing on Michael Nichols, she brought on Ulona Uholweni. I mean, like, she's a defensive midfield Uholweni. We all know she can play as a left back, she can play as a right back. She's a defensive. While we are 2-1 down, when we are chasing the game, and that game, we should have won that game. Actually, we should have won that game. That English defense.
There was no one there.
Thank you, OT. It was actually pathetic to watch our Lucy Bronze playing like that. They don't normally play like that, but we caught them by surprise. But we couldn't use our opportunities to bring on the players that can hit them more. Like, why are you keeping the speedy players on the bench when you have them? When you see that England defense doesn't have this speed, that's what we use when we're under pressure. That's what happened when we were playing the what you call the last 16 against Holland. We were scared of playing. We end up losing the game by 2-0. Let's go for it. We lost 5-0 previously. So why are we not going all out in this one? Let's go and lose 10-0, but let's see what are we doing on the field.
I also want to ask you, Vusi, doesn't that hurt the team? Because I think one of my issues, like I said to Wesh now, one of my issues is that we know that Tembi is not good when you give her the ball close to the halfway line and she has to run in. Decision making is not that amazing in that instance. So we know that. But instead of having some confidence and saying, you know what, guys, let's push Hilda up with her so that Utembi can be the final ball. She can get the final ball instead of being the one who might be expected to play that ball. You look at our defense. We know that we can play better than in England. We saw that our ball players are there. We can cycle that ball around. How much does that hurt us? And especially with the coach Des, which sometimes, if that makes sense.
OT, the decision making game, it comes with the energy. If she collects the ball from the halfway line, by the time she gets to the 18 area, she's tired. Obviously, she's not going to make the right decision because she just wants to release the ball. She's tired. She just wants to release the ball. So that comes with an energy. If we push, as you say, if we push Hilda behind Tembi, or we push someone behind Tembi, and then when Tembi gets the ball, she's right in front of the 18 area. That's where she can dribble. Tembi can dribble past the defender. Don't get me wrong on that. She does that week in, week out. When she was playing in Spain, I used to watch her when she was playing in Spain. But now we don't have that someone that plays behind Tembi, that gives the ball to Tembi. We want Tembi to come back like halfway line to carry the ball all the way to the to the next 18 area. That we are killing our own players by playing a low block. We can't. We need to release them. They've got talent. You could see Linda was frustrated. She doesn't want to play like that. She doesn't like defensive football. She's always frustrated when you guys do that, because you'll always see her like say, let's push. But because of the instructions from the bench, we are like, okay, Aslalin low block. If we lose, let's lose by 2 goals or 3 goals. Why can't we just say let's lose 5 by going there?
Mina Vuse, I see that. My problem is, why can't we go, let's go win this game? How many times did we see Tembi outrun the defense? Ingati, they were just standing still. He ran past them. Like, you know, how many times did we see in the second half when we started getting our confidence and we started going forward? England was chasing shadows at some point because Banyana Banyana was playing so well. Linda was hitting no-look passes in the 10. So then in my head, why don't you play like that from the beginning to say, I think Banyana Banyana is an incredible team. And I think even England had some tough times playing versus that Banyana team in that game. But ingati Tina, we hold ourselves back. It's almost like we respect too much. Night and Mark, we respected them too much.
Oti, it's the matter of please save my job. If I lose 5 against Denmark and go lose 5 against England, my job is gone. So in other words, she doesn't want to risk her job. She just wants to keep it there. She was told that no, she mustn't play Andile. She must start with Kalen Swart. Yes, I've got nothing against Kalen, but sometimes the coach needs to make her own decisions to say, this is my team and I want to stick to this team. You play the players that deserve to play in that national team. So now she's saving her job by choosing the players. We don't even know who chooses the players. I'm not even sure if she chooses the players or the Safa chooses the players for her. Because now we've got players all over the world, but those players, and I remember OT, there was a player called Ode Futila Dilo. That lady was so strong up front, and she was playing for Atletico Madrid, and she never chooses her. She will choose her and just to put her on the bench. Why? She was a very good player, experience. She chose to retire because she couldn't play in that team, and we still have the likes of Siposingo. I think Siposingo is the next one to retire from international football because of the coach. So I think you leave football before football leaves you. Coach Desri must leave coaching before the coaching leaves her. I think it's time.
Okay. Let me bring in Glenn. Glenn, welcome to the show. How are you?
How's it, my brother?
I'm good, Glenn. Glenn, tell me about this game that Banyana played with England. 2-1 win to England. How do you feel about that game?
No one deserved to win that game. No one deserved to win that game, in my view. We are one OT. Yesterday, I called in and I told you something about training. That group defense and individual marking. The 2 goals that we considered, I thought maybe it was a matter of maybe improving our individual marking more than our group defending. But even if that is the case, our group defending also leaves much to be desired. Yeah, and then another issue, get away at Desiree or heart and our dressing room when she start motivating. Telling girls, so I know we are playing inland. They might come from the middle. So what was Savannah? At the end of the day, and it's not necessary. Sometimes just tell people to go out there and enjoy yourself. After all, it's a friendly game. It's a friendly game. But when I don't want to number 6. Number 6 something.
Yeah, not call.
I think she was enjoying the game. She understood the word friendly. Or I'm here to enjoy. I'm here to show people what I can do. Even though na enjoyment led to nothing, ne? But after all, there was no strategy from the coach. Number one, the strategy from the coach. I don't know what to see from the onset. Nasanza water, okay. Find Tembi. Everything you do, play the ball. Give Tembi the ball. Give Tembi the ball. And again, Tembi, she must be aware because she's our only athlete. Have the presence of mind to understand where my offside line is. Look around, be aware. Look around, be aware. And the issue of training up, but these girls are too slow, lethargic. I think maybe against girls, under 17 boys, under 19 boys to train with these girls, and then it will improve their reaction. It will improve their reactions to situations.
Glenn, can you hear me? You're cutting a little bit there. Glenn?
Shy network, I think.
Yeah, key network. Oh, come. Hey.
Sorry to disturb you, man. There's a game that's playing right now, Marumo and Galaxy.
Yes. Yeah. No, unfortunately, I can only watch so much football. I'm only allowed to watch that much football. No, what I wanted to say, I'm looking at some of the comments there about losing 6-0. Like when, Malume Kuto? Like when? Because for me, when Banyana Banyanas looked their best, even when like at a World Cup, it hasn't been when we were low blocking. And I think sometimes we hold ourselves back. The England defense was nowhere. I'm speaking like this because we watched the English defense. The spaces between them and the midfield and the forwards, when we started pressing them, we won so many balls up top. And that's where our two chances came. We got two chances through Hilda in the beginning where Hilda, or whatever. And then we got some chances at the end. And that came from being positive. So that's my issue about the conversation we're having, because we're speaking as though England was going to beat us 5-0, when at our best, even in the World Cup, at our best was when we were positive. And when we were positive, that's when we got results. Do you know what happened when we played Netherlands and we thought to ourselves, no, we're going to sit back? So this is my thing. What I criticize Coach Des on, my personal thing, is our defense. I know they're from Sundowns, Bonke. They still need to be coached. So stop. They all chase the ball, right? They all chase the ball. Banyana, one of the hardest teams to play through. You can't play through Banyana. And our only weakness really when it comes to those European teams is balls that are played over. So if you think about the Argentina game, I think if you think about the Italy game, if you think about the Sweden game, there was a point where they got so frustrated because Tembi was breaking out with Abu Hilda that they all went, oh, kind of they're short. We're going to start playing helicopter football. England was not in that game. Number 2 in the world was not in that game. And we saw it in the second half when we started playing our football. But my problem is, 1, the defense is not coached. Number 2, we don't have a system to get forward. Kaba, Tembi will get to the ball is not a system. Kaba, we'll see what happens up there. Then Tembi, who we know her patterns now, that if she gets the ball halfway and she has to run all the way there to get to the box, her decision making after that is the worst. But if we can get somebody to give her the ball, you're telling me that committing 2 players forward is going to collapse the whole thing at the back? Because if I can ask you, what was Nokolo doing throughout that game, for example, and it's not to hate on them, what was she doing throughout that game? What was Umutau doing throughout that game? When we saw Banyana finally come onto the pitch and we had a CDM, that's when we started to see the base that we're playing from and we started to play. So again, you look at Coach Des and say, Mara, Coach Des, is it really worth it to take Linda to 6? I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to give you the last minute. Is it really necessary to take Linda to go play defensively when you've got a CDM on the bench? Then you've lost a person who can maybe possibly give the ball to Tembi, as they've always done. Then you play Hilda, as Wusi said, you're playing her on the left as a defensive player. But then now, after 10 minutes, you see that There's no defense there. There was no defense. England doesn't have a defense.
OT. Okay.
No, go on.
OT, you remember when we won the WAFCON? We played against Nigeria before that. They invited us to Nigeria for, I don't know what was the cup called. It was just a friendly cup. And we mesmerized Nigeria in a fully packed stadium. We played our game there. When we went to WAFCON, it was easy for us to beat Nigeria. We just went over Nigeria. That's how we won the WAFCON. And again, in the World Cup against Argentina, first half we played very well. We scored 2 goals. Second half we went to play our normal game and defend. Argentina came back and scored. So for me, that's why I'm saying it's time for Coach Des to just call it a day, because we still love Coach Des. Give someone a chance and let's see. Let someone refresh the team and let's move forward. Thank you, Oti.
Okay, no, thank you, Vusi. For time's sake, we're going to move straight into the Sundowns game. Sundowns, of course, played versus Cape Town City. It was a 3-0 win for East Sundowns. Shasha, the return, Baba. Kana we saying Shembe, we say King. It's about time. Shasha boom. 9 shots from Sundowns, 3 on target, 3 from Cape Town City, 2 on target, 57% possession for Sundowns, and then 459 passes completed by Sundowns, 356 completed by Cape Town City. So, guys, we're going to move into Sundowns. So, please, if you want to speak Sundowns, come in, can you please request, and then we'll have a conversation. Can you make sure that those who are in the queue right now are coming in for Sundown so that we can close out the show with Mamelodi Sundowns. So let me see who's here, and let's start directly in. Gustavo, welcome to the show. How are you? Gustavo, Sundowns 3-0. They needed a response. They got it. How do you feel about the game?
But before I go to Sundowns, I will say this all the time. Thank you to whoever is scouting these boys, and thank you for the teams into pouring money into developing these young boys in the DDC teams, you know. It's good to see Mfundo Shabalala shining. It's good to see Mfundo Vilakazi shining. It's good to see Nkota shining. It's good to see really shining, you know. Samgelo Zwane and so forth. But yeah, how I saw the game, lovely game, Sundowns way, you know, back to winning ways. Home win, most importantly, you know. It's a home win, and that's what the slaughterhouse is supposed to be. You go there, you go to lose. You know, when you're at Cape Town City, you go to lose. Beautiful display by the gents. You know, and Shalulile, man. You know what I saw from the guy? It was just beautiful. You know, when you watch someone and you've been seeing his previous games, especially when he plays next to Ribeiro, you know, it's like a guy who was sitting at home, who was watching clips of our Reinas, clips of our Tashirik Matthews. You know, he looks like that guy was doing that.
Yeah.
You know, because that run in that first goal, direct run, stopped going wide, just went direct, got the ball, perfect first touch, you know, didn't miscontrol the ball. I think he hit it with his weak foot, right? His left-footed. Yeah, scored with both both goals with his weak foot. So it was a beautiful display by the gents. Seeing Shalule scoring, and in his worst season, you know, he was up there with some of the best guys. And hopefully this season he can get closer to that record of 123 goals, right? Because he's over the 100 mark by now. No, but yeah, beautiful display by the guys. Beautiful performance by Overs, you know, always criticize Overs, and it's good to see him taking control of that 6 role, you know, playing it simple instead of complicated, playing to his strengths, you know. Not sure if it's coaching instructions or it's personal decisions, but it was beautiful to see the guy doing what he needed to do, you know. It was beautiful to see, and the forever consistent Allende, man. I see people criticizing him, and which I don't know why they're criticizing him. Because always gives out a consistent performance. You know, if you don't understand what the guy is doing, ask, we will tell you. Ask, we will tell you what the guy is doing. You know, but overall, seeing that back 5 with Ronza and his forever consistent back 4, you just know the people are in trouble. People are in trouble. Having Oprah Modiba playing at left back, people are in trouble. Those overlapping runs, that link up play with his midfield, link up play with his wingers, strikers, that chance creation from wide, and I'd like to give credit to Pitso Mosimane also to pause, to make that run, beautiful pass by Allende, to make that run, to look up and not just crossing the ball, look up and be able to hit a cutback sort of ball in the box to Ribeiro. He hardly does that. Always criticize him that his delivery is poor, but it was beautiful from the guy. Beautiful. It's a tough finish, man. It's a tough finish. Only the best can take that shot and put it behind the net. And who else but Ribeiro, no? Who else but Ribeiro to put the ball behind the net?
But I want to ask you, how do you feel, how is the sentiment around Mangoba right now? And then Sundowns is number 2 to Pirates. Is it a more comfortable place for Mangoba to be at number 2? Do you think that maybe it's easier to chase for Sundowns this season?
It's never a good thing to chase, because we're looking at this game, we're like, if we lose here, we are 6 points behind Pirates. That's always the problem. If you look at that thing, the more they win, and especially the more they play ahead of you, they have a game ahead of you, it makes things easier for them. It's less pressure for them, because all they have to do is just win. It's more pressure for you to say, I'm chasing them. We are already behind. It's not like we are level, but we are already behind by 3 points. And as much as it's not a big margin, it is a margin at the end of the day. It's not a comfortable position to be in. Yeah, we are second, 3 points behind, but it's not a comfortable position to be in. It's better having them chase us. It's better having them chase us and us running away with the games. And the pressure for Pirates to remain consistent is also there. And the pressure for us to get to them and surpass them is also there. And people should stop criticizing Coach Mangoba without looking at the games. Look at the squads first, then you can criticize the guy. Don't just jump the gun and say, I'm criticizing Coach Mangoba because, it's not consistent in his squad selection. Look at the games and look at the games ahead also. Beautiful selection. We'll criticize him when we need to criticize him, but I don't think it's the time yet.
Okay. Let me bring an agent. Agent, welcome to the show. How are you, my brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Man, I'm okay. Hey, Mangoba, Trinid, they're even bringing back Shasha. How do you feel about the game you guys played?
Yeah, no. Before I go to the game, let me start with the question that you asked the previous speaker, actually. I don't know. I've always felt maybe it's just me, but I've always felt that the relationship between fans and the technical team or the team in large should be like maybe say mouth and a hand, when the hand is had, the mouth blows it. Not that it would help, but it just blows it because it cares, and for me that is supporters' duty, that when a team is down, we have to help out. We have to help it go up, by being there, by supporting the team, criticizing, sure, but being fair, not to damage our own team, Not that it will help, even if you don't attend stadiums, but if you attend stadiums after a loss, it feels a bit better, and in the same vein, when a mouth is hurt also, the hand is the one that rubs it. Not that it will help, but it helps, so even the club technical team should also, when they're doing good, they should appreciate us because we have to stand with them in the good times. But it looks like under Coach Mangoba, man, it's a tricky relationship. Tongue and mouth, Sometimes, or tongue and teeth. Sometimes the teeth that you rely on to chew the food and give to the mouth, and the same teeth that sometimes bite the tongue. So it's very tricky. But again, like I said, it's beyond it's natural hatred. You know, there are people that are naturally hated. You know, and it's so sad. Especially if it's one of our own. You know, because you know me, I don't like defending a person this much because I feel like it takes away from me being overly, or for me being fair, you know, because after the Broken City game, I have to come here and defend the man instead of criticizing the man because he deserves criticism, you know, but I have to be fair to the man and say, but guys, aren't we taking it far? You know, because even some is saying, we are glad that the team lost, which is so unfortunate. So yeah, man, it's not nice. Sundowns is divided as a fan base, you know, but we know who divided it, and he will pay. I trust the Arabs to make him pay. But anyways, back to the game. I'm happy that.
Oh, killer, kupa mute mo. Let me do this. Okay, go ahead, Adrian.
Thank you. Yeah, no. I'm happy with Shasha, you know, and I came here at halftime and said he looks like the Shasha of old, you know, besides the goal, the hold up play, you know, the new Shasha would he would fall. We see that shot that he took for Kit, he would have fallen while kicking it, you know. But for him to take it while standing, you know, I think all the goals he hit them while standing, he didn't fall. So I think that is the Shasha of old that you know, and the greatest goal scorer in PSL history. Say what you mean. Forget about Ntofo for, you know, fat ladies, whatever. No, the greatest. So you have to respect the name, Peter Shalulile, you know. And yeah, man, I think I love the fact that in as much as he changed personnel, the front three still play the same. Ribeiro dropped down. He's one that makes team play. And then, you know, Shalili makes those runs, like someone is saying, the same runs that Matthews would make, or Reina. So it was nice seeing it. I was happy with Obas. It's not my cup of tea, but I was happy with him. I was happy also with Umvala. I'm happy with Umvala specifically because the competition is tough there. It's tough, you know. And now he's chipping in with goals and assists, you know. So then it means, Mariana, we can't play you because the reason why we're playing you is because you're giving us goals and assists, but Motaung can give us, you know. So I think this is the kind of response that I expect when a player's bench, not what Tebza was doing. That, man, you're not showing the coach, man. Why you don't have to bench me? I'm important, you know. You need that hunger, but other players like Tebza are not showing it. So I think kudos to Okekana, you know. And yeah, the most important player in Sundowns is always Williams. Always. Never mind Ribeiro, I see Ribeiro, but Williams is a most important player, you know. So I think maybe we need to find another keeper. I know we still have Watenga, we still have Goss, we still have Peterson, we still have Onyango. You know, so there's like 5. So, but all of them are not gonna give us what Williams are giving us. Only the young, I don't know if he's young because he looks old also, Shabalala, that are soldiering the friendlies, could do that role, but he's not being seen because we can't depend on one person all the time. Yeah, cheers.
I want to ask you, wait, Agent. What does Mangova have to do to turn the tide? Because for me, it feels as though even now, the players that he's brought in, the rotations he's done, fine, there were some wobbles here and there. What does he have to do, and could he benefit from a chasing win similar to a Pitso?
What's happening? Okay, no, it's difficult, you know. I think he really needs to win a cup. I don't. Chiefs has been trophyless for what, 10 years now. I don't think that is desperate for a cup as Mangova. First and down spot Mangova. He needs this cup more than anyone. And then he can settle the nerves and people can start maybe believing. But then again, it's always good to chase, you know, because you don't have that complacency. But for Mangova, in the situation that he's in, he really needs to be the one who Paris is chasing. Because it looks like he's going to have games where you're going to lose, you know, so we would rather lose while being chased than lose while you're chasing. So I think he needs to be chased, and maybe to gain confidence of the fans towards the build-up of Champions League. you know, and he needs to do well in Champions League also, you know. And Sam, I would also be surprised that you are surprised that you will be surprised, you know, that Sundowns is winning. I hope what do you like saying? I hope it won't cast in the group. Cheers, man.
Let me bring you to Shambe.
Mr. Otsi.
How are you, my brother?
Bathi umanqoba izolo meka phumela Loftus meka ngena ngomnyanga endlini meka hlangana nomfazi wakhe velo mshange nge-eye contact wathi I'm tired of people always asking me what's happening, what's going on. They try to see what's in my head. Why can't they leave me alone?
Yeah, I know.
Hayi miyekeni umanqoba bafethu. Miyekeni bafethu. Because it's about time. Yeah, it's about time. Here for Shasha boom boom boom. Shasha boom boom boom. Yeah, man. I'm still buzzing, Mr. OT. I'm still buzzing because we needed that response from the boys yesterday, Mr. OT. We needed the boys to come back and fight for their places in the team, Mr. OT. Yeah, man, lento show agent ukuthi you know, my fans, man, Sundowns, man, are spoiled, man. I spoiled my fans with Sundowns. And we've become entitled to winning, you know, and no one's entitled to winning. You have to craft out these results. You have to work hard for these results. You have to earn these results, you know, and I think it's a dangerous place for our fans to be where they now starting to turn their backs on our own team. You know, we need to be there for our team. You know, these boys put their bodies on the line for our entertainment. So but otherwise, going to the game, la ushasha boom boom boom. I want to say that man, Williams, man, as Conor Williams, you know, I'll say that pairing Yaga Williams and then Yaga Mvala no Kekana. Yeah. I think yesterday it was our best back five that we've seen this season. Uthiwana ngiyamncana but yayibona experience yaka Aubrey manje yambona la funeka khona yabo umurena naye ngiyambo okay fine Murena gives us a lot going forward but you know Umuda really gives us a lot of protection especially with our style of play where we're attacking these guys, so when the opposition is hitting us on the counter we need someone like Mudau who's going to come and recover, you know, we need someone like Mudau who's going to outpace the attackers and get to that ball, you know. That also gives us that morale boost again. It's okay, no, we're back in this game, you know. I was really impressed with Obas, very solid Izolo. Just I'd like to see some improvements in passing accuracy in general across the team, and sometimes there's a sloppiness that creeps in. I saw Uneo give the ball straight to the opposition when his teammates, I think it was Shasha, was right in front of him, you know, and my mind I was a bit shocked. I was like, what's going on here, you know? And this could be a result of Mangoba's heavy rotation, which I'm really concerned about. You know, you're robbing the team of building momentum with constantly changing this team. You know, some games you don't win because you're the better team. You know, you win them because you've built the resilience through the momentum that you've gained with the team is but Lento Ayenza, maybe he's over-engineering his process and he needs to, you know, simplify it a little bit more. And maybe he's in his own head a little bit, just worried about wasting the opportunity of finally being head coach again, you know. But I would like to see some consistency in his team selection, especially for the tail end of the season when we do break past the group stages of the CAF. You know, we're going to need to see that momentum helping us push through some of those games, Mr. Otsi.
No, I've got two questions. 2 questions.
Sure, Mr. Otsi.
Why is there an over-exaggeration of Mangoba and his performances and what's expected from him? And where does it come from? Because it doesn't seem like it's a this season thing. And then number 2, Tinkler. I wanna ask about other coaches too. What's going on, guys? What's going on with these guys?
Yeah, Tinkler's underperforming. And he's been underperforming for a while now, you know.
But we're seeing Tinkler, Ramovic, Hunt.
Yeah. They need to pull up their socks. Pull up your socks. Maybe those guys can get away with it because they don't have a strong, passionate fan base like the Big Three does. You know, the Big Three, when you don't perform, you feel the heat. But say Cape Town, you know, there's no real fan base to put pressure on you. This is after he came. You know, like Mangoba's under heavy scrutiny, and sometimes he doesn't deserve the level of scrutiny that he gets, you know.
But why?
Yeah.
What is happening? What do you think is the problem? Like, for example, my theory is that Sundowns fans don't see him as the next progression in coaching, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it could be that, man. But I don't know if you've noticed the common denominator in the coaches that you've mentioned. There's a common thread there. There's a clear common thread there, you know. Hans said, Tinkler, you know, and Umangoba, maybe the Ama fans were to, you know, they see themselves in Mangoba, and the harshness that they put on him is the harshness that they would like to put on themselves in their real lives, you know, and the results that they'd like to see in Mangoba are the results that they'd like to see with their own lives. So they live vicariously. They live vicariously through Mangoba. Shasha boom boom boom. I hate English, dog, because you can justify any nonsense with a few words that come together. I hate English because of this. Because ask me to repeat what I said in Vanek and in
Hey, what was scrutiny in the comments? Scrutiny, I don't know. But anyway, okay, Shambe. Yeah. How do you feel the season is going to go? Is it better to chase? Is it better to be leading? How do you think it plays out for Sundowns? And what's better for Mangoba? Specifically Mangoba.
Yeah, I think it's good for us to be on our toes. It's good for us to be on our toes. I think we need this level of competition to also force us to go to the next level. You know, it's this will let Mangoba know if he's really ready for that level. If he's really ready to be given the reins, you know, and same thing with us. Because we say we want to be considered as one of the best teams in Africa. We want to be taken serious in you know, then we have been given the platform to prove it, you know. No points being all talk. Like when you say you want something, God meets you halfway and He gives you the opportunity to say, okay, and I think this season is that for us, you know. I love what Pirates is doing. I think it's healthy competition because iron sharpens iron, Mr. Otsi. You know, it would do us no good to be in a league where we are dominating non-stop wire. It's not gonna help us get to the next phase. We need now Pirates to push the envelope even more. We need Pirates to come to the forefront as well and say, no, we also want this, so that we could also now start problem solving, trying to find new answers to these questions that are being posed to us, you know. But I would like to say to you, Mr. Otsi, before Ngivala, Ngiyabonga kakhulu, Mr. OT. Thank you so much for the space and this platform that you're creating, my G. Despite what may be happening in your personal life, which I know nothing about, please, ngicela ungapheli moya mfethu, ngicela ukuthi uNkulunkulu aqhubeke akunika amandla and the wherewithal and the stamina to go through and continue pushing, and your resilience, man. Like, I really pray for your resilience, my G. Thank you so much for this community that you're creating, and ngicela ukuthi uNkulunkulu akubless 10 times mfethu. Yabo wena nomndeni wakho. You're going to create employment. You're going to change people's lives with what you're doing.
Thanks, my G. Thanks, my G. Boom, boom, boom. You're trying to make it serious here. Okay, guys, we've come to the end of the show. Sorry to those who can't come in. I'm so sorry. Time. Ulindo is going to be starting his show at 9 o'clock as well. Look, this is what I'll say. I think Umangoba is the most interesting case in the league, because I don't think he's done anything wrong. And actually, I don't think he's done anything wrong. I think he's done a lot of things right that people were talking about last season. We spoke about rotation. Can you use your full squad? Rulani was complaining about fatigue and not having time to be with his players and coach them and all of that. But some of that really just sounded like, look, guys, I can't trust those guys to come in. And when Mokwena went down, it became a little bit difficult at the end of the season. So he's remedying those type of things. People said Sundowns need to score more goals. Sundowns are scoring more goals. They're more positive. They're going forward, right? We're seeing Abu Shasha coming back into playing. Abu Shasha Boom. We're seeing, different players. Reina's and Shasha and Ribeiro is not something that's meant to be working right now. Like, for example, when we've seen Shasha with Ribeiro in the past, it hasn't really worked, right? People are asking questions about Zwane, right? How many times have you seen Zwane this season and Sundowns is winning? Now you're starting to see past Zwane and bringing in other players and playing. Like, I think he's done well. I'm not going to say that it's incredible or all of that stuff, but he really, I think we're over-exaggerating some of the things when we're criticizing Coach Mangoba. And I think that it's kind of weird to watch. And for me, I don't think it's necessarily a Rulani problem. I think it's been a problem with Mangoba for a long time. I did a show, I think it was last season, where I was asking, how do you guys feel about Mangoba? Because it almost seems like Nyamjamba. And it feels like he has to earn this job. And he has to earn playing. And he has to earn his way to... Whereas that man has been there since a very long time. He's been there since a very, very long time at the Sundowns. So to even say to him that he has to earn it and he has to do all that stuff, whereas Rulani is a genius and all of when they've pretty much been together at the same time, it's kind of odd. And maybe that's the cross that he has to bear and he has to fight through that. But I don't think it's constructive, to be honest with you. I don't think it's constructive. I don't think it's building. And maybe we do have some of those. I genuinely believe that people don't think that Mangoba is the next iteration of what Sundowns needs to be. I don't think people believe in him. But yeah, it's up to him to prove what he needs to do. The results are the results. We'll see what happens. Actually, before I go, I think one thing that people forget about Mangoba's position right now, Coach Mangoba, Rulani got 7 months before having a full season as the head coach Ali Wan, to tinker with the team, to watch the team, to change, to do this, to bring in players. This man is trying to change what Rulani did, and he's only had a couple of months to start off, and we saw how slow it was. And to be carrying on with a completely different style of play and sometimes different characters. Reynolds wasn't there. Matthews wasn't played much. Ribeiro was there, but I think he got injured last season at some point. Islanders playing a completely new role. There's no Mokwena at time, or there's no Mokwena. Abu Mudiba, Nabo Morena. Yeah, there's a lot of things that's ebbing and flowing in that team. And I think he's doing well. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Lindo's going to be starting his show over at Lindo Pep. Is that side. You can go join that show too. Guys, what does he mean? He started middle of the season in October. Okay, no, 4 months. All I'm saying is that he had 4 months plus preseason to get everything done before he started with Chameleon. That's a long time. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining. I'll see you guys on Saturday for the Mamelodi Sundowns game. So please come and join me. You know, if Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, Banyana Banyana, Bafana, and Banyana Banyana, UWC, when they're in the Champions League next month, we're going to be watching those games here. Oh, yes. Last thing I want to say on Banyana Banyana. Guys, sometimes we need to just believe in ourselves. Sometimes playing open doesn't mean you automatically lose 6-0. Sometimes you look at the track record of the team and you say, guys, they've played well every single time they've gone to go play against the big teams. We saw them at the World Cup, right? And we know that the only weakness they have is high balls. So then if you know that that's your weakness and these teams default to that when they're playing versus you guys, play your game. We looked so impressive at times when we were pressing these teams. All of them. When Sweden was Netherlands was number 3, or Sweden was number 3. When Argentina was number 16. When Italy was number 28, while we were still at 50. We played our game. So now to just think that we're going to lose 5-0 off of the strength in J, you know, it's kind of disheartening. And I think sometimes, who Coach Des and sometimes the ladies, mentality. Sometimes you have to believe. And if you lose 3-0, you've lost 3-0. And if you score, if you concede 2 goals, you can go back and say, you know what, guys, we're consolidating now. We tried our thing. Now we can go back and see if we can't keep this at 2-0. So this is my cry, especially about Banyana Banyana specifically. They're way too good. Tembi is world class. Hilda is very good. Linda is very good. Why are we playing small? Especially Maspona with teams like England, Balakhile. Or are we just convincing ourselves that we're not there yet? Even in our league, so many times we let them go and we say, no, guys, Golden Arrows shouldn't be dreaming of trying to be top 3. These teams shouldn't be dreaming of trying to push. And now we're watching Botias Galaxy where they are, with Cape Town City where they are right now. Why? Because complacency set in. Complacency set in. You get me? I think sometimes, man, our football is held by that. And then you watch our coaches coming out and being defensive. And you watch our coaches coming out and saying, you know what, guys, I'm not going to try win 3-0 or 2-0 or play positive football. I'm going to try not lose or lose 1-0. And when we wake up and number 2 is 23 points behind Sundowns, and number 2 and 3 are 23 points behind Sundowns, and everybody else is over 30 points in a league, is because everybody's okay. So I think just as a country, we need to sit down and say, guys, it's okay to want to be better, and it's okay to work towards it. It's okay to be confident sometimes. It's okay to push sometimes. Now Mangoba showed you that you can score, Mamelodi Sundowns. Now it Chiefs, Nabi comes in and shows the same. A lot of those players are the same guys we've been complaining about. Look at how differently they play. Look at how much belief he's put into that team, for example. And I know the results are the results, but look at the belief. Look at what Coach Jose is doing with the kids and with that Pirates team. Like sometimes, guys, it's just belief. That's why even with Pirates, I was saying that team is too good to not want to go full on out and win the Champions League and say it with your chest. And it doesn't mean you will. Right? But this thing of us being safe and safe and safe, oh no, we're going to be safe, we're going to hold things, that's what's holding us back. Then we go play these teams overseas, you go play these teams overseas and they've got nothing. Yet we're sitting there going, oh no, hey, we have to be pragmatic, we have to do this. Why aren't we forcing England to be pragmatic through the danger that we had through Tembi, who was breaking through every single time she got through, she was gone. Create more chances for her to do those things. Make them have to make defensive changes. But yeah, anyway, that was just my little rant, guys. See you Saturday. Bye, everyone. Support the content. Follow the accounts, please. I release videos. I try to do every single day. So please support, share. That's how you guys can assist us. It's really tough to do these type of things. And the people we're competing with have budgets and production teams and all of that. I do this one man from every video you see to these lives. So if you can support, if you can donate, if you can share, if you can let people know, if you can speak to people that you know who work at companies, who do sponsorship, if you can do those things to help us creators, it really does help, because we don't have many platforms that are like this. And believe you me, it's tough to do these things while also having families and all of these other things. So if you can support, guys, as little as you think is little, help us creators keep doing this, because we can build really powerful institutions like these things and expand them and do crazy stuff. I've got a lot of things that I want to do, right? So help us. And tomorrow you could wake up and we could be super sports on these platforms. You know, we could be competing directly with them. We could be getting the sponsorships and all that, but it all comes down to you. So it doesn't always mean money, even though money is needed, but it doesn't always need money. Sometimes it needs share, talk, comment, like, send the gift, tap the screen, do all of those things. And as much as it does sometimes look like we are fine, guys, help us out to be able to do what we do. Anyway, guys, it's been amazing. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Bye, everyone.